We buried Mother in an unmarked grave on a hill in the hours just after dawn. The camp was on the move, trying to get everyone packed up and on the road before the Baron's men found out what had happened in the nearby village. No one spoke, but their faces said more than enough. They were scared for their lives. And they looked at my father, their leader, their friend, their healer, a man who just lost the love of his life. They looked at him with blame in their eyes. For the few years after that, we just traveled, always on the move. Father with his quiet grief, and me simply watching him. We rarely spoke of Mother, and when we did, we never spoke of her magics, or what she'd done. I suppose his hope was that as I grew older, I'd forget everything but her loving smile, that I'd lose myself in the happiness of childhood in our travels. As I said, Father always underestimated my memory. But though I never forgot, I did stop dwelling on her loss, as did he eventually. And as the years passed, our gypsy life did become a happy one. Of course, most of the other children kept their distance from me after Mother's death. Most. But not all. Valeria was the only friend I needed. The only one who really knew how to make me smile. How simple life seems to a child. Even to one like me. And how quickly you can be reminded of life's true nature. The Baron's wife is taken ill, son, so he has sent his men for a healer.
But father, you can't go with—
It's all right, Victor. I'll return to you soon, after I've done what I can for the Baroness. And of course I was right. By nightfall the next day, Father had returned with disaster at his heels.
Don't ask questions, Victor. Just come with me, now!
I couldn't save her, Victor. We must ride for our lives. But where could we go? Our tribe was camped at the foot of the Latvian Alps, so the mountains were our only path. And those passes were treacherous, even in fair weather. But this was the end of autumn, so what was treacherous would become deadly the higher we climbed. Our horse fled on the second day. Perhaps feeling the rain turn to ice scared her off. Or perhaps she simply had enough sense to know we were damned. 4 days we hid, watching the Baron's men on the lower passes search for us. They with their full stomachs and warm coats, we freezing and starving. If it was a waiting game, they would surely win. The next morning I woke up with Father's arms around me. But there was something different this time. I remember the Baron's men taking his body away to present to their master. And I remember being angry, as I was when Mother had died. Except this time my anger had become cold. Cold like Mother's hands. Cold like death. Cold like the world. Mother's effects were a revelation. I had never forgotten her, or that she had danced with demons. But to actually see the spell books, to realize I was blessed with the same talent she had been. I knew then that my destiny was to save Mother, to rescue her from her hellish torment. I would enter the nether realms and find her, at any cost.